Hey there guys, welcome back to our Medieval 2 Total War Let's Play campaign as the Danish. It looks like in this episode we're about to push through to either Nykoping or this independent town over here on this island. I believe last episode we did get a mission to take this island, so that's what we're going to be doing. And we're building a fleet over here in our capital, which is currently retraining units, but perhaps we can get another couple of ships until we still need to assemble an army anyway. So this army down here, this city Kalmar, is offering some pretty good unit rosters. So we're recruiting a whole bunch of units down here, and we'll also be sending units from Lund and our various other cities. So I'm just going to have a quick look at where I can recruit some extra units. These peasants can be sent south. Okay, we'll send them to Kalmar. And Hus has some units, but because I saw a Norwegian army, even though we're in a ceasefire, we had a sort of a little skirmish with them. We managed to take Oslo, but when the ceasefire occurred, I did notice that they did have an army somewhere in this area. So I'm just going to leave my capital and Roskilde over here garrisoned. Yes. We do have a general over here who can move to perhaps Kalmar. And who's the better general? Okay, they're both pretty poor, but this guy's younger, so we're going to send Magnus to Kalmar over here. And he's going to lead the campaign across the sea to this settlement here. Up here in the north, you can see the Norwegians are sort of gathering around Oslo. I imagine they're probably going to attack at some point, but we're going to definitely be able to hold it. And of course, they do have a half-strength army moving up also to reinforce these two units down here. So they will have a full complement against our 75%, even less now, because we have lost a lot of units in that last battle. So hopefully in the near future, we will be able to retrain all of these units quickly. Alright, down here in the south, we have our diplomat moving towards the Byzantine Empire.
Yes, my king.
And that looks like them there. So we're going to quickly grab some trade rights. Okay, that's good. And I don't think there's any more need for us to go south until we sort of go towards the Crusader States area. So I'm going to move him back north towards these sort of Central European countries, Novgorod, Kiev, Poland, and get some trade rights from them as well. So our diplomat is definitely serving us well. He's now 54 years old, and he's probably been traveling around Europe for most of his life. So we're going to end the turn here, and we'll see what the Norwegians are plotting. And of course, they are in the favor of the Pope, and we are not. We are not in terrible disfavor with the Pope, but the Pope definitely likes the Norwegians better than us, even though the Norwegians started the war against us. So we do have a couple of priests moving around our lands, but they are there's not much work for them, considering I think our capital is already 100% and a couple of our other territories are 99% and 98%. So we've pretty much converted all of our holdings in Scandinavia to 100% Catholicism. And of course, our merchants aren't doing very well either. We've already lost 2 to the Norwegians. And it looks like the Norwegians are now pulling back from Oslo, which is good. Oslo is, of course, heavily defended. So even if they throw up a full stack against us, I think we'll be able to hold it. That'll make for a very good battle, actually. So yeah, it definitely looks like the Norwegians are now pulling back. They don't think they can take Oslo, which is a pretty smart move on their part. I don't really want to finish off the Norwegians until we've taken all these rebel territories over here, pretty much before anybody else can get them, really, because I don't want to get into a multiple front war. So we're moving as many units to Kalmar as we can afford to, and we also already have a fairly powerful army down here, but of course it can always be bigger. Okay, so we did build a ballista. It's just going to take forever to get to Kalmar, and I don't know if it's going to offer us much in the way of support. There's a rebel fleet down here. So I'm going to, yeah, might as well take him down. Alright. And I really should avoid doing that because I'm just wasting naval units now, but you know, it's not a big deal. So we'll recruit some more units, and we're not really worried about the money. We have so much money that we can just spend it on pretty much whatever we want. And because there's no threats, no land invasions, we already have a very solid relationship with the Holy Roman Empire, and the Norwegians are pretty much running scared. We can just be as reckless as we want with our money. And there's, I think I might start spending more on buildings, and I didn't even realize that we weren't building anything down here. So I will grab a church, which will hopefully make the Pope like us a bit more. The inn, the bakehouse, the leather tanner, pretty much anything we can get our hands on. And stonemaker's hut and that. And over in Roskilde, we can now upgrade Roskilde to wooden walls, so we will do that. And we'll grab the leather tanner as well. Skara, we're still waiting on the population to hit 2,000 before we can expand it at all. Kalmar is one of our bigger cities, but we're going to leave him like that for now because we can't really do anything. And up here in Oslo, another castle, we're going to grab some land clearance, a small chapel, and a brothel to keep the population happy. And we'll grab a public gallows as well. And we couldn't actually recruit more units from Oslo, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab a couple of arch units, a couple of Viking raiders, and really I think we can hold Oslo against pretty much any force the Norwegians can muster. And we do have our spy here keeping a watchful eye on the Norwegian actions. Okay, so there's not much we can do this turn. I think we'll end the turn here. And of course the turn times are slowly slowing down to a crawl because of the amount that stainless steel adds. And there's lots of processing to do as we still in the early game, only at turn 19. I'm not quite sure, I think I chose long campaign for this one. So I can't really quite remember how much that sort of works out to be. It'll be around 300 turns, I imagine. I don't think we'll get there. As soon as we get to a sizable empire, I think we can call it a day. I'd love to take hold of most of Central Europe, maybe the British Isles as well, and I think we'll call that the Danish Empire, and probably end the series there. And you know, I think that'll make for a pretty good goal. So our goal will ultimately be to take over all of the British Isles, the Holy Roman Empire, Poland, and Novgorod or Kiev, whichever one's closest, and perhaps maybe even get some land territory in the Adriatic Sea, or land that borders the Adriatic Sea, I should say, rather. So we're moving our units into Kalmar again. We're just building it up as much as possible, and we now have access to cavalry because we did build a stable, so that's good. So might as well grab them. They're not going to be much use in a siege battle, especially their light cavalry, I think they are. So I don't see that Norwegian army anywhere around, so I'm just going to assume that they've sort of found a passage back up to Norway up here. Yes. And I have no idea where the Norwegian armies are, because I know that they had a half stack somewhere around here. So we'll just keep on retraining and recruiting our forces up here in Oslo. And we have our Cardinal Halvdan Skeel, who is 32 years old, not the best bishop around. He's converting these lands. He's converting these lands, which belong to Skara. There's 97%. So we'll move him up to Oslo territory after he's completely converted them. So we're doing alright. I'd love to get rid of that merchant, but you know. I don't think we need much more of a force here. We have a lot of skirmish troops. I think we can take a single settlement down here, but what I'll do is I'll scout it out with a single longboat, and I'll see what the defense is like. And if we're not recruiting a ship, I might move Admiral John's fleet out here to Kalmar so that we can get ready to board soon. I don't think I need a... No, I can go straight there. Okay, no worries. I thought I might need a port to board onto these ships, but nope, everything looks good. So Again, there's not much we can do. We'll go see where our diplomat is. So this looks like all Venetian and perhaps Byzantinian lands, maybe.
Continuing
Okay, Hungary. So this will be Hungarian land. So we'll talk to the nearest Hungarian unit next turn and get some trade rights there, of course. And okay, we'll end it there. So it looks like the other factions have their merchants in full force. Even the rebel factions have a merchant up there. So I'm not really going to bother with that because we don't need the extra money. So I don't think there are any other factions in Northern Europe that are going to be a threat to our expansion into Finland. Finland, of course, is probably going to be the only risky territory we take because it could probably piss off any of the factions just south of there, which might be Kiev or Novgorod. I can't really remember their position on the map. It'll be modern day Russia, that sort of area. And of course, we're looking to break the truce or the alliance with the Holy Roman Empire soon as well. And that means that we'll be finally able to push into northern Germany. Or Germania. And looks like we're doing alright. I kind of wanted our cities to expand a little bit faster, but they're not doing too bad. Roskilde just got an upgrade, so that's good. See what the rebels are doing. Doesn't look like they did much. The Fatimid Caliph is dead, and it looks like a crusade has just been called. Okay, the Pope is dead. So the Pope that didn't like us and loved Norway just died. So Pope Paschalis the Peaceful. His Holiness the Pope has passed on, ending another chapter in the history of the Catholic Church. So there will be an election, I think it is. The Novgorodian Knyaz, I don't know, I can't pronounce that one, has died. We've got a mission, join the Crusade in Cairo, which is not happening. That's just too far away, and it's going to slow down our expansion. And of course, the Crusade has been called.
Peace, but when it is Christendom itself that is threatened, then it is every Christian's duty.
And that's a cool little video. Maybe if there's another crusade, we'll join it and we'll watch that. There's a papal election, so we'll go to that. And who is up for election? We've got someone from the Republic of Genoa, Evio da Genova, Niccolo di Palermo of Sicily, and Fothad the missionary from Scotland. You know, I never really bothered with this, but I'm just going to... We'll go with the guy who's got reliable, amiable relationships, amiable relations, reputation reliable, and we've got trade rights with Genoa, so we'll vote for him. Pope Urbanus the 15th was elected. I don't even think we could choose him, so... okay, well, he feels no ill will against us, so that's a good start. As long as the Pope doesn't like us. Okay, so that was Fathad the missionary, and everybody chose him except for us, Sicily, and England. So, whatever. We'll try and stay out of Pope politics, I suppose. Down here, we will move our scout ship towards Visby, Visby is completely undefended. So we're just going to move this entire army and leave a garrison of a couple of peasant infantry. And an archer unit, and we're going to board onto Admiral John's fleet and make a landing, and holy shit, I did not see that. Okay, so they have 2 crossbow militia, Viking raiders, spear militia, Viking raiders, and spear militia. And what have we got? We've still got a bigger army. We've just got a lot of archer units, that's all. You know, I think we can take them. So we're gonna we can take them, surely. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll do a save. And we'll save there and we'll start. And it's pretty much saying 1-to-1, 6 or 7, but it's pretty much 1-to-1. And we outnumber them, and we do have a better commander. It's not much, but we at least have a star somewhere. They don't even have a general, they just have 2 captains. So I think we can take them. So we'll fight this one on the map. And it'll be a nice winter map as well. And it'll be interesting if the rebels manage to push us back from their little island that I'm sure that they're very happy living on, but that we are going to make Danish. Okay, so we'll start the deployment. Looks like good weather to me. I have a feeling that they're probably going to deploy up on this hill, which will be a pain for us to take. Okay, so we'll get our archers. They do have crossbow, but you know, we'll put up a good fight as well. We do have a lot of peasant infantry, and we will put a Viking raider on each of our flanks. No particular reason, but you know. And we do have a cavalry unit, of course. So we will spread our archers out because they do have archers as well. So we'll put them into loose formation. And I think that's fairly decent formation.
The enemy have brought up more men. They hope to make up in numbers what they lack in skill.
Okay, so they have reinforcing army coming from this side of the map, over there somewhere, which is fine. I have a feeling that they're going to hill camp. Yeah, they're going to hill camp. So we'll push up. Hopefully we can beat them with range superiority. I know we'll be firing uphill and they'll be firing downhill, and they do have crossbow, but they've only got 2 crossbow infantry, so crossbow units I should say, which is this unit here, and there's a second one somewhere. This unit here, who is the general, perhaps, maybe? That's fine. We'll be able to take them on. I mean, if the reinforcing Norwegian army strikes our flank, we might have a problem, but they've only got 122 men, so I imagine it's probably only a couple of units. I probably should have checked what they were. Okay, so we've got mainly levy archers, but we do have 1 Norse archer, so I'm going to run straight up here, up to this hill, because we need to get in range quickly. The Norse archers we can hold back a little bit, but I don't really see a need to at the moment. We will send up our general to get a flank attack on perhaps these Viking raiders here, once we've engaged our line infantry. And we've got our levy archers moving up very quickly. So I think it's reduced range because they are firing uphill. So we may need to move a little bit further up and just hope that they don't charge us with their infantry. The Norwegians are in range. Our Norse archers are in range, so our levy archers should be in range soon as well. We may have to move them up further, and they are attacking our better archers. They've already killed 10 from that unit. Okay, we're in range. Good. Okay, so they're going to start firing. Not much we can really do with our infantry here. I'm just going to keep moving them up and sort of group these guys for a right flank attack. Just continuing to move our general into a position where he'll be able to attack, and they are destroying our Norse archer unit. And we're not really doing much damage to them. So I think we're going to go around and go for that crossbow militia. Because unfortunately I don't think we're going to get the ranged advantage here. And the other reinforcing Norwegian army is moving up. Looks like just a Viking raider unit there. Okay, so our general should be attacking soon. And we'll get a charge going. Or perhaps not. Okay, so those Viking raiders attacked us. So I'm just going to pull back.
Our foolish general has thrown his life away.
That was quick. Okay, so we just lost our general. That was pretty stupid. So, That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we'll push up our infantry units here and start charging their line. And get some fire on this back crossbow unit here. And I'll also do a charge and properly manage this general bodyguard. So we did a horrible job. They are pulling back for some reason. So we'll take these Viking raiders in the flank with a nice charge. Okay, so we should be able to take care of that unit. Unfortunately, they got us while we were disengaging, so that was the problem last time. I hope my archers aren't in range. Yep, my archers are getting into the melee. So I'm just going to pull my archers back. Didn't realize that they were actually getting into the melee. So we did have a couple of units of archers get routed, but not too big of a deal. Again, I'm handling this battle pretty terribly. But we did kill their general, so that's good. So we're just going to pull back this general unit here, or at least what's left of his bodyguard, and chase down these crossbow militia so that they don't come back. Over here we have more melee infantry that we're going to charge up. And these levy archers are going to get fire on these Viking raiders here.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Okay, so we're winning, but we've taken too many casualties that we probably shouldn't have. Still got these reinforcing armies coming over from here. They're not going to get there in time to make any difference, so not really worried about them. These crossbow militia aren't going to come back from routing, I don't imagine. So we're just going to keep getting some rear charges on the line here, which is already breaking.
Look how our cowardly foe runs. It is time to press the attack.
Okay, so we'll start taking some positions up here on the hill and line up our infantry again. So we'll just stretch out our line here and keep our peasants back in the rear as a reinforcement. And we will just make sure that these units are all chased down otherwise, because we don't want them coming back and sort of surprising us with a rear attack. So unfortunately we did lose that general. I can't remember his name, to be honest, but he did a valiant effort, I suppose. Threw his life away for a noble cause. We're going to be able to get some really good fire onto these guys because we do have the hill advantage this time. And I wouldn't be surprised if they rout fairly early. And we'll be able to get a downhill charge as well. Okay, so our general is doing fairly well at clearing up these spear militia, who haven't shattered yet. But I don't imagine they're going to come back. So we'll take care of these Viking raiders. They're probably more important. Slightly harder to kill than the spear militia. Okay, so some of my archers are already in range because we do have the hill advantage. And that would be the Norse archers most likely, who are around here somewhere. Okay, looks like everybody's in range, which is nice. So we'll watch the carnage. Okay, let's see what our general's doing. He's back here. We'll chase down them as well, get some experience points. Okay, yeah, these light infantry just don't stand a chance. We'll stop them right here, I think. Not that they really presented any sort of threat beforehand.
Only half the enemy force remains.
But this is good because that'll mean that we'll be able to take the city without a problem. I was fairly surprised that there was an army just sort of sitting outside the gates hidden. Okay, so we're going to end the battle. So that was the victory results, which are pretty good, but we probably did, again, lose more men than we should have, and we lost Magnus. But it's not too big of a deal. And it will be one extra territory, which is good. Provide us with a little bit extra money, another place to recruit some units.
Victory for our people, for our king!
Okay, so we were able to take that city without any sort of problems because we did wipe out the garrison.
Moving to engage.
So I'm going to occupy that.
Long live the king!
And we can leave some units in Visby. Let's see, we can leave the peasant units and a spear militia and an archer unit, I think. So we'll leave these two. We'll grab
Yes, my king. Orders.
grab these units, put them back on the boat. Next turn they'll have to leave next turn, and then of course we will continue recruiting over here in Kalmar, so that next turn we can look at attacking Nykoping over here. Okay, I think that's pretty good for this turn. There's not much more we can do. We're still holding Oslo against the Norwegian front, so we'll end the turn here.
Is there something
It does look like we found a Hungarian city, so we'll get trade rights, make the offer, and they've accepted. Okay, so it looks like the Byzantines and Hungary are in a bit of a battle there. I think they might be at war. You can't really tell, but they do have two bordering territories there. And I don't think the Romans start with that territory either, so I do think Hungary have lost that. So like I said before, big chance the Byzantines are going to be the ones that are going to expand and going to be our big enemy at the end of the campaign, because they will probably keep pushing northwards, and we'll be pushing southwards, of course. Unless the Holy Roman Empire have absolutely exploded in territory size and strength, and either way it should be interesting. We'll become the Viking scourge chasing down from the northern reaches. Sort of like a repeat of, what was that? Not the Viking hordes, the barbarian hordes attacking Rome. I don't know, I'm a bit fuzzy on Roman history. And of course there'll also be the Mongol invasion, which will happen sometime soon. I can't really remember what the date is exactly when we should get a pop-up for it. Okay, so we're getting a mission to send an emissary to Republic of Venice. I'm almost certain we've already done that.
Count your blessings, not your...
Can I help, my lord?
Okay, doesn't matter. We'll send another emissary for no particular reason. Cardinal got promoted. Dirk von Leuven of the Holy Roman Empire has become promoted. The Crusade has grown. The Crusader States has joined the Crusade for Cairo, which is probably to be expected considering the Crusader States are right next to them. In fact, I would have thought the Crusader States were the ones who called the Crusade. Okay, so we're going to get these troops back on the ship.
Yes, my lord, my king. Orders, my king. Yes,
I'm going to leave
my lord.
2 archer units, 2 peasant infantry, and they can defend Visby from pretty much whatever comes at them.
Yes, my lord.
And we will send Admiral John and his fleet back to Aarhus, and we'll continue growing that fleet so that we make sure that we've got complete naval dominance over the sea here. Okay, and we do need a general unit somewhere in Kalmar, so we can send our general from... Surprised we didn't get a pop-up about that. Okay, well, we'll send our Lund general, Johan,
Orders, my lord.
who's 63 years old. He's probably about to die, actually. Niels, 57. Okay, all my generals are really old.
My king.
Eskilde is 40. So, okay, we'll send Eskilde to Kalmar.
We move onward tomorrow.
And in fact, we will send with him the Viking Raiders and this ballista unit.
Move out.
Up here in the north, still no sign of the Norwegians. We'll move Budel back towards the cities to make sure that he's keeping an eye on them. Ikersund is completely ungarrisoned, and it looks like the capital is also ungarrisoned. And this is the only Norwegian army I can see so far, so I'm not sure if the Norwegians are planning something, some sort of naval invasion even. Or perhaps they're even invading Scotland already. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Yes, Lord.
And the Nyköping garrison is growing. So that'll make for an interesting fight. But we do have a fairly sizable army down here. Plus we'll have our general, of course. And we're recruiting a couple more units. We did pick up a scout unit, which has 61 men in it. I believe it's just a light infantry. So light cavalry, sorry. So that'll be militia. That's fine. It's some cavalry at least. And we'll be able to grow their stables the next time this city increases in population, which will be at 4,000. So that's growing at 1.5% per year. So I think we'll end the turn there, and I think I'll also end the episode there, guys. So again, thank you for watching. Hopefully next episode we can keep pushing our way through Scandinavia. I know it's been a long time coming, but we might be able to unite all of Sweden here and perhaps turn our sights to Finland. So if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you want to keep following along, please hit that subscribe button. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one. See ya.